Few real crime stories feel as unsettling as Leonard Lake and Charles Ng murders, because it began in Northern California in the 1980s and exposed danger where people expected routine life. At the heart of it was families and acquaintances vanished into a remote property where control, weapons, and fantasy turned into murder. The crime itself was horrifying. Lake and Ng tortured and killed victims, recording some abuse and burying remains near Lake's cabin compound. What made the story even more disturbing was that the hidden bunker and videotapes revealed a level of planning that made the property feel less like a home and more like a private prison. Investigators had to work through pressure, fear, and public attention while following a shoplifting arrest, a stolen vice, identification checks, and evidence at the Wilseyville property. The break came when Lake died by suicide after arrest, while Ng fled to Canada and fought extradition for years. From there, the case moved into interviews, evidence reviews, court filings, or official findings, and the person tied to the crime was Leonard Lake and Charles Ng. The final outcome was stark. Ng was extradited, convicted of multiple murders, and sentenced to death in California. For a short storyline, the strongest part is the emotional turn. The viewer first sees a normal life, then watches one decision, one lie, one hidden pattern, or one ignored warning pull that life into darkness. The pattern mattered because each victim was not a statistic, but a life interrupted by the same predator. The final arrest did more than name a killer, it forced ignored disappearances back into public memory. That is what makes the case so cold. The offender counted on silence before evidence started speaking. The story works because it is not built on fantasy. It is built on real records, real victims, real evidence, and a final result that still leaves people thinking after the narration ends. It feels close because the beginning looked ordinary before everything broke. The facts are simple enough to follow, but heavy enough to stay with you. Every clue mattered because one missed clue could have buried the truth longer. By the end, the case feels less like mystery and more like a warning. The evidence did not just solve a crime, it rebuilt the final hours. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.